welcome back to another edition of Automotive Training News with your host, Richie Bell. I'm Eric Nichols, your co-host, letting you know that today is full-blown invitation to join Mr. Rudy L. Patronn's Game Changer Conference. We're going to go over his lineup he has. It's down in December, the 13th, 14th, and 15th in Fort Lauderdale Convention Center. It's hard to believe that this event was pulled off with such a group of influencers in the automotive and marketing industry. Today we're going to hit and touch base on who's going to be down there, the importance of the conference, and what you're going to learn from it. I'll turn it over to Richie.
And you know what? Rudy just texted me that he's in a conference call and he's having a hard time making the call. He's with his team over there putting the event together. So let me just share something. This event is amazing. You should really sign up. I think it starts at $295 or something. And you know what? I mean, it's like going into a workshop. Actually, it should be a $700 to $895 starting, because with the talent that's there, it's going to be amazing. There's so much talent. You guys are going to be able to engage and take and learn something, because the talent that Rudy has put together is so unbelievable. I mean, you got Mr. Thomas there, you got Corey, you got a bunch of trainers, Valco. I mean, you got tremendous amount of trainers there. I know you got Jonathan. He's really a good trainer. Also, really online training and live. He's unbelievable. These guys are really, really talented. And in the car business, they're really top notch, because everybody hears about them, and they're really good. So, guys, sign up today. The time is ticking. We got enough seats left, maybe. Sign up today. Sign up now. Go to GameChangerCon.com and sign up. This is a tremendous event. Forget about all the other events. There's a ton of automotive events. And by the way, don't forget to go to the Fix Ops Roundtable by Ted Ings. He has a tremendous event. What a lineup he's got. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's this Friday.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
And John Fairchild's going to be there, and there's a bunch of people that's going to be there. Paul Maggio's going to be there. I mean, Damon Egan. You got a really good event. Kudos to Mr. Ted Ings. Amazing with these roundtables, the knowledge that he's getting and the videos that are going on. I mean, he's just amazing, this guy. You know, I know him a little bit. I met him through my friend Ralph Peggy, and Ralph talks wonders about him. And I know that years ago he was out there in Jersey in the store, which was Hackensack Ford, and he's amazing. The talent this guy has, he could really take any fix ops and turn it around. I mean, he just could. And this event with El Patronn, just think about this: social selling, the knowledge you're going to get, and just also think about social selling. Corey, with that book he's got, Entrepreneur. There's so many entrepreneurs in the car business. And let me just say this: what's really an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is, I think, a guy that started his own business that has failed at least 10 times. That really makes an entrepreneur, not somebody that's a contractor for a company and now he says he's an entrepreneur. That's not really the truth. But really, really, you want to learn entrepreneurship, go to this event. Learn from this event, because this event is going to be amazing, what's going on there. And not only that, Corey's really, really.
Yep. Corey Mosley is going to be there. So, as we said already, it's a 3-day weekend. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, December 13th, 14th, and 15th, completely packed with speakers. Oh my God, the talent of speakers and influencers in the automotive industry is unbelievable. There's a $25,000 giveaway. Rudy has his Mindset Yacht Cruise that's going to be going on. That's a VIP party for anyone who goes. But let's really take a moment. Let's take a look at the Game Changer Conference video. Then hopefully we'll get Rudy on the line with us.
Well, he just texted me that he can't make it because he's in a conference call. But I also want to talk to you, Eric, because you're in a dealership.
Sure.
I want to talk to you about the marketplace, like Facebook marketplace. Now, there's a lot of data out there right now with this marketplace.
Yep.
We all know that what is the marketplace? First of all, let's address the market. Okay, the marketplace is price, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so a lot of these dealers are not even responding to the marketplace. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we have a solution, a training solution, and we're going to bring Eric into it. I'm not speaking here. Okay.
Yep, I think you're on. You're good to go.
Okay, so this marketplace is unbelievable. What's going on with it now? We have a process bringing in Eric Nichols with this marketplace. And by the way, here's what the problem is with the marketplace. People are not following it up. And let me just share this with you. By the way, why ain't they following it up? For the real simple reason is that it's price and price. And a lot of people don't know how to overcome a price on a lead. Well, we have a solution how to do that. So make sure you call us as soon as possible. All right, Eric, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, right now it's social media. That was the whole point of this. I mean, we just had Jason Leck from Carter Chevrolet hop on board on the chat. You know, Jason's a prime example. He's a friend of mine who, you know, really took social media and moved it to a whole nother marketplace for himself. You know, Facebook is now the new marketplace out there. You have more leads coming in, more content, and more customer interaction by going through social media. And really, you have to hop on board with it. If you don't, you're missing the boat. It's like when Google first came out and dealers didn't want to get on board with it. Now this is the next stage. This is the next evolution of the car business, getting on the social media. For those of you who aren't, for those of you who are just dipping, you know, your toes in the water, don't. You have to dive full in and hit it running.
Well, here's the other thing, and let me tell you this. There's a used car store out in Nassau County, right? And he's selling anywhere between 22 to 30 cars. I had a conversation with him yesterday in the marketplace, and he's doing this. It's organic, and he says it's a great platform. He has cut back on ads. He says, Richie, here's the problem with that. The main problem with the marketplace is, yes, my gross is a little low because we're getting appointments all the time. So it's a price, customer, and credit challenge. But it works perfect for my store. Just understand something. That same lead could be giving you a lead on your website under a different name or whatever,
Yep.
But it's still a lead. Okay, and it's working the lead. And a lot of stores don't know what to do with it. They just don't know. It's like amazing. You know, it's like, and that's one thing that you can learn on this Game Changer conference, right? Because Rudy's really good with social media. There's
No doubt about that.
He is like the best out there. So this social media, you can learn so much. And, you know, Alex is going to be there from cars.com.
Yep,
Wow.
Alex Vetter, CEO.
You know what? Let me tell you this. He's going to have a whole thing going on about the trends right now, you know, what's going on. And listen, guys, it's all about getting the right information and going back to your dealership and putting that in place. There's a lot of internet conferences and all that. You know what? They're old school. They're not into what's going on today, you know? So don't be wasting your time. Go to the event where the talent's going to be there. Obviously, if you have people at this magnitude that are going to be at this event, that's telling you something. Not only that, Cars Guru's going to be there.
Yep.
What dealer doesn't want to go where Cars Guru is? I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, you got Cars Guru being there. You guys should go there right now. This event should be sold out within the next week. I think 7 to 10 days, it should be sold out. Guys, go right on it. I mean, the vendors that you have, it's amazing, you know?
I mean, you have two of the top-notch trainers out there right now, hands down, and you'll definitely agree with me, is Velko Tuchev, who's a friend of the show. Velko is absolutely amazing when it comes to repeat referral business. I mean, that's what he set up his whole career as. You know, anyone who hasn't seen him, I suggest you go on to his website, Velko Academy, or even YouTube it. there's a ton of videos out there with how to get referrals and everything else. So then there's really the one that I got turned on to recently, which is Jonathan Dawson. Jonathan, I saw a couple videos of his that I shared in sales meetings about getting referrals, different techniques and stuff to bring people in. And really the way that he has set up his referral process is almost flawless with how he asks for it. He has the customers laughing, has them joking around. This is all the type of stuff you're going to learn while going to the convention. You have a ton of other people there. Who else is going to be there? We have Corey Mosley, we said.
Yeah, Corey's like.
We have, give me a sec, I'll tell you right now. We have Devin Ruff, who's going to be there from Digisphere. We have.
And here's the thing with Devin Ruff, okay? The multicultural. He had a great live with Rudy.
Yep.
He's very good at the multicultural. They're a really good company. SEO and all that, you know, guys, it's a tremendous event, you know. You got from the digital side, you got from the social media side. Speaking, as far as speaking, Corey is it. He's like, I would say Corey Mosley is like the Rolls Royce of a speaker. He's amazing. He knows the content, but not only that, he knows how to deliver. So if anything, you learn how the delivery process is, how this guy's brain is amazing. He came out here one time, we went out to dinner and all that, and the guy was really amazing. I learned in probably an hour and a half from Corey more than I have in the last 10 years. He's really, really an intense, unbelievable guy, and he really has the knowledge, and he's not scared to share the knowledge either. A lot of guys don't want to share the knowledge. He's not timid. He'll share you the knowledge and do the awareness for you, and that's what I respect about him so much.
Oh yeah, I mean, these are people. We'll put it this way: these aren't the trainers that have come out and never worked a deal. These aren't the trainers who have never been behind a desk. These aren't the trainers who have never done a trade evaluation. These are the trainers who have done it, who have been in the dealerships, who have sold cars, who have been finance managers, been sales managers, desk managers, BDC managers, social media icons, whatever you want to hit. These are the guys who have been in the dealerships day in, day out. We want to give a shout out to Doug Chitrin. He just signed on. What's going on, Doug? We watch you a lot on social media. You're always one posting stuff as well as a salesman on different areas of the dealership. Listen, this is what I want to do quick. Let's take a look at the clip for the event, and we'll be right back.
What up, guys? Patronn here. What's going on? New decade's around the corner, man, 2020. So I want to invite you to the Game Changer Conference in December 13th, 14th, and 15th in Fort Lauderdale, okay? You want to come to this conference, okay? I'm going to have the #1 motivational speaker in the world, Eric Thomas. You know who he is, okay? I also going to have Alex Vetter keynote my conference, guys. His company's worth over $80 billion. So these are the people that help me, okay, take my business to the next level. I turned around 6 dealerships already, over $500 million in sales. I'm going to give away $100,000, and one lucky winner is going to get 25 grand. So all you got to do is pretty much sign up for free, and let's get 2020. So BDC, sales, service, parts, we're going to disrupt the industry in 2020. It's 2020 vision, guys. Now's the time to make it. It's the best investment you're going to make. Okay, one sale will pay for it, so it's no big deal. So sign up, all right, and let's do this, all right? See you guys in Miami. Peace. Guys, I got the cash right here, man. We got a little change from the house left over, you know what I'm saying? So you got to come get this money, man. Let's go. Sign up for free. I'm giving it away at the conference, so let's go.
Welcome back, guys. So as you saw, the convention is going to be phenomenal. Rudy got tied up with something today. He was supposed to be guest speaker today. We're going to go over different social media topic stuff. We'll save that for another week. What I want to do quick is, this is just throwing it out there. I did a sales training class yesterday with a couple of my salesmen on really the fundamentals of a phone call and what the ultimate purpose of a phone call is. I wanted you guys to take something away from today's thing. So let's go through. We're going to just throw it out there. Let's do the fundamentals of a phone call.
Go ahead.
Okay. So above all, the only purpose of a phone call, one purpose, only purpose, main purpose, is to set an appointment. get that customer back into the dealership or get them into the dealership for the first time. Now, there's a reason why BDCs were developed. The BDCs were developed because salespeople a lot of times give too much information. They try to sell the car over the phone. And at that point, you don't get anything back from it. The customer's going to go somewhere else. So, for example, my dealership, I work at a Honda dealership on the east end of Long Island, New York. We are the only Honda point for 30 miles going east, 30 miles going west. Once you go west and you hit a certain mileage, there are 5 other dealerships within the 15-minute radius. So I always tell my guys, listen, when you're on the phone with someone, how close is the next dealership to them? A phone call away. So if you give them every price, you give them everything right away, they're not going to get anything. They're very rarely will they come in. So I want to give you guys a quick outbound call layout. I use the acronym GREAT. I came up with this a while ago. So the GREAT, G is your greeting, R is going to be your reason for the call, your E is the event or experience you're calling about, the A is the appointment, and T is thank you. So let me explain it. So G, your greeting. Hi, is Richie available?
No, he's not.
Hi, is Richie available?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Richie, this is Eric from Apple Honda. That's your greeting. It should always be the same. Who you are, who you're calling, where you're calling from. R, the reason for my call. It's very simple. You just said it. Richie, the reason for my call is. That's it, the R. The E, the event or experience, this is what you're calling about. This is you're calling to get the customer back in the door. You're calling about the internet lead. You're calling about the mailing event. You're calling about whatever the topic is. So let's do a internet lead. Hey Richie, it's Eric over at Apple Honda. Listen, the reason for my call is I see you inquired about a 2019 Honda Civic. You went right into it. Then the A, of course, like I said, is the appointment. I wanted to see what time worked best for you to come down today. Always give them 2 options. Okay, I have a 12:15 and a 2:30. What works best for you? Do not
5 o'clock p.m.
Perfect. I have an open availability. Whatever they say, you're just leading them down the rabbit hole. You want to find out what's going on. So, positive side, you get the time for an appointment, you get a date, great, no problem. You say thank you. Oh, we'll see you tomorrow, whatever. That's an easy phone call. We know that never really goes that way, ever. So we're going to skip the beginning steps, go back to asking for the appointment. I want to see, this time Richie's going to sit there and say, I can't come in right now. I don't know when my schedule is. So I asked him, Richie, what works best for you, today or tomorrow?
I don't know right now. I got to wait for my wife to come home and go over it with them.
So this is where most people will wind up stumbling and not knowing what's going on. So the best way that I look at this is, great, no problem. Richie, I understand you're busy. You know your schedule better than anybody. If you did have a day, what day do you think would work best for you and your wife to come in?
I don't know. I got to talk to her. Maybe Saturday, maybe?
Saturday? Okay. Usually morning or afternoon?
Morning better.
Okay, so why don't I do this? Let me put you in for an open appointment for Saturday morning. You're not held to any time restraints. This way, I at least have something in the back of my head, and you have something where I can call you Friday to confirm. Does that work well for you?
Yep.
Okay, great. So I got you scheduled in for an open appointment Saturday. Now, what you said morning, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I got you set for 10 o'clock Saturday morning. You now just took a person who didn't know what they were doing, and psychologically they now have something in the back of their head where, okay, I have something set. The funny thing is I always joke around with my sales guys, my BDC this. The guys who are like, we just did with Richie, who are, I don't know when I'm coming in, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday, I don't know, okay, maybe the afternoon. Those are the ones who always show up. Those are the guys who come in and on our, oh, I'm here for my appointment. It's the guys who you talk to and they're like, I'm in the parking lot, I'm waving to you. Don't you see me? That you call them an hour later and no, I bought a car elsewhere. But it's just the basics of a phone call. I'm going to actually write a post about this in a little bit. Have a guideline. I don't believe in scripts. I don't believe in being robotic. I believe in having a guideline of what to say. I think that really works best. You've been a trainer for, 30 years now?
A little bit.
What would you say with a phone call? What are your key points and what are your...
Okay, so when the salespeople used to do the phone calls, we're right brain people, right? So it got taken away because you need a left brain person to sell the appointment. And why? What's the difference between left and right? We're very, we move around a lot, the right brain people. The problem is, you can't see anybody's face on the phone or anything like that unless you FaceTime them or something like
Correct.
that. So you don't really know the reaction of it, right? You don't know when you're telling a customer what their really thought process is.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a good reading of people, right, then you're able to put it together. Now, it went to left brain because they're more detailed, they're more structured, they're more like that, right? Salespeople are not like that. So it really works pretty good, what's going on, but I've never trained on BDC because that's not what I do. I train on sales, customers in front of me, that's what I know how to do. You got great BDC trainers there. I went through the Stuker program back when I was a salesman, okay, and all that, but I gotta tell you something, I was really good at follow-up, and I was really good at prospecting. I prospected my own thing with service customers. What I did was I called the service customers that had out 3 cars, and what I did was make an appointment, not to sell them a car, to give them the perception that their car is a great trade-in for me because it's going in the auction for a lot of money, and I got 5 customers that want their car. So that's how I work the phones. I didn't really work the phones on the incoming, really not good at it.
Yeah.
So I used to have a salesperson buddy of mine, his name was William Rawcliffe. He was really good on the phones, and we used to split everything, right? So I worked with him as a team. But that's about the size of it, but I'm really good with the front of the customer,
So I like what you went through with the service, and we always talk about how service is really the untapped aspect of the dealership. So a couple years back, my owner would look at me and be like, we don't have enough appointments for tomorrow, the leads aren't coming in, we had to figure out what we were doing. So we actually used the service, but we changed it around a little bit. We started having the BDC start calling and confirming appointments for the next day's service appointments. And we'd be like, okay, Mr. Bello, we're calling about your service appointment tomorrow at 7:30 for your whatever car, your 2013 Honda Civic. Will you be there? And that was, just confirm for service. Okay, yes, I'll be there. So we threw the extra line on quick. We started throwing around, we have a trade-in program. We would like to buy your car back. And you would get some people that would say yes. So what we found was, with those people, you really wanted to do a soft close. So we figured out a way where it was, hey, Mr. Jones, we know you're coming in tomorrow. By the way, while you're here, would you like us to appraise your car? It only takes about 5 minutes just to learn the value of it. Once you get them to start saying yes, you now have an opening for the salesperson, such as Richie, to be able to go up to them and say, hi, yeah, I have the appraisal for your car. Let's sit down. Now you have a talking point. We're doing that. We wound up finding about another 8 to 10 appointments a day coming in. And these are customers that normally wouldn't let the salesman talk to them, but now there was a reason, and their guard was down. And we actually do probably, I want to say, about 35 deals a month written out of service. So just changing your verbiage around on the phone and finding exactly what works best for the customer, not for you. You have to find the hot buttons for the customer, is really going to change your appointment count around, and ultimately your process and how much money you're going to make.
Right, and the thing with the phones is great, but the thing that I know how to do is when the customer walks in, right? And I just to let everybody know that you guys are in sales, start your deal with a no. Because when you start with a deal with a no, first of all, your cancellation factor drops. Second of all, you got more of a shot of a deal. When you hit everything with a yes, you plant a challenge in the customer's head. The other day, I was listening to somebody. Salesman says, this is my rock bottom number. Really? It's your rock bottom number. Okay. Now you just put a challenge in their head. Okay. Instead of using this technique, this is the best competitive figure that we have here. Competitive. Okay. Not rock bottom. Do you know what the customer asked that salesman for? Could you write that on the business cards? Do you know what that means? That means he's got a license to shop. Never seen that in a long time. I haven't seen that process really in about a decade.
Yeah.
That I've been out there. I don't even know that dealer, which is an okay dealer, what they're even thinking.
Well, this goes back to the same thing.
Because you know what they're thinking, right? They're not doing any training for the salespeople.
Yep.
Okay. Their competitor's not doing that. Okay. Salesperson was probably right around his 40s. Okay. Their competitors are not doing that. So you know what's happening? You're losing market share. And you want to know something? I have the reports that I get, and I get them all the time from IHS, and I see market share. And if I want to really analyze it, I go to another report, which is a cross-sale report that they have it. Something like Dominion has it. They only have it for dealers, but I have access to see this report. You know what? Before I go to that dealership, what I look at is their market share. Let me tell you something, and you see it like a sore thumb. What's going on there, right? And that's what the problem. You might have, just remember something, your average consumer shops 3 dealerships on the phone. Whoever sells the appointment the best,
Yep.
That's what they're going to show. But here's the other thing. When they show up, if you don't have the right presentation and you don't have the right skill and the right training, guess all you're doing? Wasting your time, Mr. Dealer.
Yep. It starts with
Because
the
they got,
with it.
the BDC training is really good. I mean, you got a lot of guys like Anthony, you got guys like Mark, you got guys that are that guys are top notch, okay? Here's the problem, dealers. They know how to do what they do. What happens when that customer comes in the showroom? And that customer gives you a price objection, and that salesperson, when the customer tells them, this is the first place I come in, you got to see the salesperson's face. You know what I used to say when they told me it was the first place? I'm so glad you said that to me, because every customer that comes in here first buys a car.
Yep.
And then they send their friends and families. You got to be like that, because now when they tell you you're the first place, you know what happens to you, right? You lose, that's it, you're done. They just blew you, they shot you with a shotgun, and you couldn't come back to them. I'm so glad you said that, Mr. Jones, and things like that. I'm not buying today. Right away, the salesman's mindset, my mindset, somebody tells me they're not buying today, I know as a fact that they're going to buy a car.
Yep.
Okay? Because everybody says no at the beginning, and it's all about how you engage with them. Problem is, when you shop the phones, I see a lot of talent on the phone, but it's when they go in there is where it is. I have my own team. I've done mystery shopping with people that I have in my team to these stores, and I'm coming up with a process where I'm going to do mystery shopping and write everything down and all this and show the dealer what's going on in his store. We got enough people in our team that we could do that.
Yep.
Twice or 3 times a week, because you want to know something? You're doing a great job with the phones. The other day, I called a Chrysler store, okay, in this marketplace. Great job on the phone. Unbelievable. Guess what? When somebody went there, that appointment went there, they told them 2 objections that had to do with price, and they didn't know how to deal with it.
Okay, so the phone is only 50% of it when you set an appointment. Great, getting the customer in the door, it's great for the BDC, they get paid, great, we brought it in, yada, yada. But you really have to have that ecosystem where you're setting the salesperson and the manager up for success, not failure. So the one thing I recommend is any appointment that your BDC sets, whatever, your BDC should be greeting these customers when they walk in and grabbing your salesman or whoever is going to be handling the customer, and before they go and shake that customer's hand or you go up there, you should be downloading them quick. So for example, the way it would go is Mr. Jones is coming in and Richie's the next salesman that I'm giving the appointment to, or he's up on the board, whatever it is, Richie's up next. I would find Richie before I go up to this customer and say, hey, listen, Mr. Jones is here. He has a 2008 Element. It's valued at XYZ. He's looking at a 2019 Pilot. Here's which one it is, and he already has numbers already, and he's a USA buying number. Now I just downloaded Richie for Bear. He's loaded for Bear at this point. He knows what to walk into. He knows why the customer's there, because that's the great thing about the internet and BDCs now. You know exactly why the customer's there. If it's a trade-in lead, they're there because they're trade. They want to know how much their trade is worth or how much they're going to owe on it, whether they can have equity or they got to bury it. If it's a credit, right away, you know what it is. You're going to go right into the credit. You're not going to take a credit lead and put them on a $50,000 truck right away. Then if it's a price point and you already went over pricing, you better make sure that salesman knows the price you went over with them, because if not, once Richie goes back with another number that's 2 cents over what I gave him, you're done. Their wall just went up, and you've lost half the battle already. They're going to seize up. So I recommend any appointment that's there. And if your BDC is not on premise, go over. Sales managers should be going over your appointment list and seeing with the BDC someone that morning on the phone, in person, whatever, and saying, "Great, who's this customer? What are they coming in for? Great, we discussed this. We did this. So at least someone in the dealership who's working a deal knows what's going on with that customer.
And I got something to say. I sell a lot of different products, B2B. So when I sell you a product and you tell me, well, I got to wait, it's not in my budget. You're dealing with a guy like me. I will tell you, I'll finance it for you. How's that? And I see what you tell me. I deal with every objection, and I don't care what I'm selling you. I could be selling you marketing. Right, it's not in the budget. Now, guess what? I'll finance it for you. I have the means to finance it for you. You interested? When a customer says, no, I still got to wait, just know something. Know that it's an excuse. It's not. I don't even follow people up. After that happens, you know what I do? I don't even follow it up. If they call me, great, and chances are they're never going to call me. Because when I throw out a solution out there, financing available, okay? When you throw that out and they tell you, no, I can't, now I know that there's an issue.
Yep.
Because it's you overcome it, okay? The same thing with a customer, you know? When you have a customer that says, you know what? I can't do this, that. What about a deferred down payment? I don't have the money down. What about deferred down payment, Mr. Jones? Okay? How's that? How does a deferred down payment work? I see on your credit bureau you got 3 credit cards. Why don't you do this? Put it this one, that one, and that one, and now you can do terms and use their. You know, you give solutions. A salesperson gives you solutions. It's about giving them the solution and then watching what they do with it will identify to you if it's an excuse or an objection. Okay? Objections can get handled, excuses can't, so you got to bring stuff. The other thing I got to tell you is this, the assumption close. Okay? One of the things with the assumption close, I have it put in different catering halls how they do it. You give a customer a number on a wedding, and I just brought that from the car business. The car business don't do that, okay? Thank you, Mr. Jones. And you start writing the contract up, okay? Now, you don't do it to do a deal. That's not why you do it. The assumption close is to bring out the objection.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you can agree and overcome. Oh, you know what, Richie, right now I'm not ready. Oh, okay, why is that? I gotta sell my car. They don't even tell you they had to trade it. Now the real story's coming out. I gotta sell my car first. Oh, why don't we do this? Why don't we take it in on trade? What about if they tell you, you know what, Richie, I'm just shopping and I'm gonna get married in the next 2 weeks and I just wanted to go over my options. Okay, what are you driving now, Mr. Jones? You know, I mean, they don't even, when a customer comes into the showroom, they don't say, welcome to ABC Motors. My name is Richie and you are? How'd you hear about us? They don't even say that. They just like, it's unbelievable what goes on today. There's no follow me. There's none of that. Customer walks them out to the lot. Nobody ever has that kind of control no more. I never seen anything like it, and I go to dealerships all the time, and I just observe. I actually go in there to sell my products, and I really observe a lot, because learning is learning. Whether you learn the wrong things or you learn the right things, learning is learning, okay? So when you see enough of the wrong things, you're still learning how to put a training module together and what the problems are. It has to do all with observation. Okay? And that's how I feel that's what the issue is. And the other day I saw a customer make an offer to a salesperson. The salesperson said, "We're far away." Instead of saying, "How close can you get to this number?" Now listen to this. How close can you get to this number? And guys, use all the tools out there. The inflation calculator, a customer comes in 5 years ago, the price of money versus today, the inflation is so high, it's not even funny. So a customer's paying $4.50 5 years ago. Show them what $4.50 is. Do the comparison. Use the tools to close people. People are very big when you show them right here, Mr. Jones, just the price of money. Forget about how much the cars have increased on technology. So that's another issue.
Yep. Great. Well, listen, we had a couple different topics, little tidbits here and there. Let's get to Mr. David Castillo now on Skype. David, you with us?
I'm with you guys. How you doing?
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Glad to be here.
Good. We missed you last week. We had some technical difficulties with you. We're glad we got you on today. So why don't you tell us what's going on with the Richie Bell Institute?
Alrighty. So right now with the Richie Bell Institute, what we're doing is getting a hold of the associations. That partnership with as many associations that cater to veterans is extremely important because that's going to be one of our ways to reach out to all these people and get them on board.
Okay. Now, what associations are you reaching out to right now?
We got several. We got the DAV, the Veterans Foreign Wars, the American Legion, among several others. But the list is growing, and we will be reaching out to many more coming up.
Perfect.
Wow.
Richie, why don't you tell us what you got with what we were working on with Gene for the Veterans Affair right now? We're going through the...
Okay, so anyway, Brandon came last week, did tremendous content in studio. John Fairchild is coming this weekend and is doing content in studio. So we're developing all our content. And Eric, I wanted to talk to you about content because I want Eric to develop content because Eric's got real on-the-job training, and I think throughout the years I've helped you a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But you got real content, and you got real content of what you're doing, and that's what I want. I don't want to get a trainer that's got the content of Tom Stuker 30 years ago. Tom Stuker's great. He's always in dealerships training, but I don't want to get an imitator, okay? I want to get the guy that really has the real life experience, like my good friend Brian Maxwell. He has the real situation. He takes a deal from A to Z right in front of the rookie salesman and shows him how to sell.
Yep.
And that's really what it's about. It ain't about these guys with other people's content. I'm not interested. I'm interested in today. Yesterday was great because if you walked into a showroom 20 years ago, you were selling a car a different way. Today, there's all kinds of information. What I know how to do is take that information and convert it and spin it into a deal.
Well,
take the knowledge that they give you. It's like being a trial lawyer, okay? Ask a question, you know the answer, like Abraham Lincoln used to do, right in the stand and close out. That's what you got to know how to do. Take the information and ask that you know the answer and take that, boom, put it together. They don't do that. What happens today's showroom is this. The salesman comes in, gives you all the information. They give you all the information. Oh, and they even call a manager, right? The manager comes in. He doesn't do it either. He doesn't know how to close either. What he does is gives information. So we've become an information highway in car sales, and I can see why these dealerships closing ratio, because the new generation doesn't ask for the business.
Well, let me go through this too. I mean, the great thing about the Institute is it's not just sales. What other positions, what areas are we looking to fill, David?
We got finance, we have service, parts. I mean, all facets of the dealership we would cover. We want to be able to fit the right people with the right skills and the right job. So we're very, very in those positions.
So it's good, so for example, if someone was in the motor pool or something like that, we can get them into, working in fixed ops. Someone who may have done logistics, whatever, might be good in an office or parts department. There's so many different areas of expertise that these veterans have that can really fit in any area of the automotive industry's workforce. I'm glad that you guys have working so diligently on putting this program together, and that it's really going to help those who need it. And more importantly, those people are going to help the automotive industry and help your dealership become profitable. David, tell me about, real quick, what happens when a dealership contacts you and we get them a trained veteran? What goes on from that point out?
So the veteran will continue to have the training and support from us. The dealer will be able to get, of course, a good worker, one that's committed to making that company profitable. And if, for whatever reason, things don't match up, we can get them that placement to fulfill the position.
Perfect. I love the fact that you guys really find that area where it's, even though someone may be trained, they may not be the right fit for that location, or that location might not be the right fit for that person. So we really try to pair up the best of the best with who's going to fit them, and really who's going to do the best job for them. I think it's great. Listen, as always, we appreciate you coming on. Richie, anything else for David?
No, I think David's doing a great job, and we come, what month was it? At the beginning of the year, we're going to launch this, right? January or something like that?
Yep, January 6th is our launch date. It's set in stone. We're ready to go.
Ready to rock and roll. Thank you so much, David. You're doing a great job out there. David, call me after the show. I have a family member in Florida that I will like you to connect with them.
Fantastic. I'll give you a call right after.
Thank
David,
you.
we'll talk to you next week, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your week. So another thing that we hit on, the Game Changer Convention. We hit on Ted Ng's Fixed Ops Roundtable this Friday that's coming up, which is going to be really good. But we always seem to forget that the big man in the red suit's coming. And we got the Richie Bell Christmas party coming up.
Oh, yes. So Santa Claus, right? Santa Claus is coming?
Well,
what are you expecting from Santa Claus?
Well, first I got to make sure Amazon ships me the suit first. I'm going to try to get Richie in a Santa Claus suit, and if I can, I'm making it go viral all over.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I usually expect good stuff, good stuff at Christmas, because I'm really a good boy nowadays. It's totally different than when I used to have the horns be a real devil. So anyway, that's good. But Christmas is Christmas. I still got to do business. Dealers got to do business. Everybody's got to do business. I know about the whole holiday season, but just remember something. Maximize the holiday season. Guys that are on the sales floor, don't forget something. There's big rebates. In the holidays, the factory puts tremendous rebates. It's Nissan's. Nissan's got tremendous rebates.
The
Chrysler has tremendous rebates. And use your sales merchandising ability by saying the best time to buy a vehicle is in the holidays.
Yep.
Okay, it's the best time because it's already depreciated. You're going to get the benefit for next year, Mr. Jones. And also, Mr. Jones, you're going to save a lot of money because you have a benefit by buying at the end of the year. Come up with any story. I don't care what story it is. You can tell them that Santa Claus is in the glove box. Who cares? Let me tell you something. The story sells, guys, okay? Remember something. You could be a great salesman. If you don't have a story, you got real problems. So the story does sell.
And you got to remember, everybody around this time of year is who buys a new car wants to take that car, that SUV, that truck, and show it off to their family members at Thanksgiving, show it off at Christmas, show it off at New Year's. So you really have to, like Richie said, put on the show. Put on that this is the best time to buy. Here are the reasons why you should buy now. And here, when's your best sale? What's the best price today? Today, you're going to get the best deal. Why are you going to get the best deal? Because you're sitting in front of me now. We have to make room for the 2020 models coming in. We have to this. Whatever it is, just be consistent. But guys, you know, it is really, you know, dealerships and managers and salesmen always say, it's the holiday time. Oh, it's December. I read something the other day that a dealer, a pretty big dealer group, sits there and says, oh, December is going to be a loss. I just write it off. Why? Why? You have buyers coming in. The busiest shopping time is that week after Christmas. And if you guys, anyone who's a salesman, you're trying to take a vacation the 26th through the 31st, you're out of your mind. That is the #1 shopping time for the whole year. I actually tell salesmen, BDC, whatever else, you're not taking off that whole week. Why? Because that's where you're going to make your money.
And here's the thing, with all buyers not present in the holidays, it's a great opportunity for you to spin a deal. Watch what I used to do. A female came in without a husband. I said, oh, I get it. You're going to give him the Christmas gift. I got it. I don't care if they say no to me. If the guy came in, oh, I understand why you came in without your wife. You're going to give her the gift in the garage. I'll put a nice bow and everything. Even if that's not the reason they did, but you planted the seed. It's all about planting the seed. So if you don't maximize, there's so many ways to maximize it, and that's a really good way of maximizing it. That's on a positive note, not, oh, buyers are not present. Then you go to the desk, man, you know, all buyers not present. No, you better make your buyers present.
Yeah.
Make sure that the Holy Ghost is there, because you got to make them present, because you got to earn. It's the holidays, and the last thing you want is go a week at the holidays with nothing. So take anything, and that's what I mean about the information, okay? Take the information and spin it into, at least plant the seed and into an opportunity.
Yep.
Chase the opportunity first, and the money will come. When you start chasing the money, what happens is you miss the opportunity. Okay, one of my partners is very good at that and taught me that. Chase the opportunity. I had a previous partner that he chased the money. He's doing a great job, though. Okay, so let me tell you, you chase the opportunity, and then the money becomes tenfold. Okay, because you take one opportunity and blow it up. And don't ever forget that. In today's show, I'd never say anything. This last week, a good friend of mine's passed away, 52 years old, okay? I mean, I've lost a lot of good friends in the car business in the last 2.5 years, you know? And let me tell you something. Life coaches, if you're listening to me, prospect the car business, because there's so many people in my age group that have gone. Okay, because of what the stress level of what we eat, we're always on the go, we're always running around, you know, work 14, 16 hours a day, you know, there's no health. Really, I've lost, in the last 5 years, I've lost 7 guys, okay, that are a really good friend of mine because of what goes on. So, I mean, this guy was, I'm not going to mention his name, he's a good friend of mine. I knew him for over 25 years. I remember when he started, you know, he was working in a used car lot, buying and selling cars. He was a great buyer, moved his way up, sales manager, you know, used car manager, GS. I mean, the guy was really talented. He was very close to me. And I communicate with a lot of guys out there all the time, you know. And I had another guy that was close to me last year passed, you know, Raymond Chris, a very good friend of mine. And you want to know something, guys? Take care of yourself. You know, take time to take care of yourself. I don't take care of myself either. Don't get me wrong. I smoke cigars. I don't care. But you know what? I've managed my diet better, and I'm looking out more in the last year. But you want to know something? You can be gone. Gone. See you later. Part of the Historical Society. Let me tell you something. The car business is a rough business. Rough. And it's the life. Your life is rough in the car business because of all the stuff you do. So just keep an eye on it, and don't go on and on and on. And, you know, and his soul rest in peace. He was an unbelievable human being. He was an unbelievable guy. And I considered him a really good friend of mine, you know? And I know he's in a well place. And that's what I got to say.
Listen, guys, as Richie said, take care of yourselves out there. Remember, you're there. Everyone, the car business, I read a thing a long time ago. There's no 9 to 5. It's 24/7. You guys know there's no such thing as holidays or days off. But you know what? You guys do it because you love it. And more importantly, you make money at it and you're good at it. So keep grinding. We want you guys to have a happy and safe holiday this year. And as always, we will be back next week. We have a really big guest coming on next week that we're excited for. We hope to see you guys at the Game Changer Conference in December, which that conference, as we said, is going to prepare you for 2020. And more importantly, guys, think of it this way. We're running into the next decade. Don't forget to go to GameChanger.com and register. And we'll see you all guys next week.